Right, let's start our syllabus, Introduction to R. Right, before we start, this is my website, naserdrive1.wixsite.com/nasser916. So you can visit my website. So this is my website, and then under the first row or the tab, R programming. Right, so I just want you to go to Introduction to R. Right, so and then the password is site. All the presentation slides are available here. So for this session, we're going to go to Introduction to R programming. So the slide number 2. So just click the icon and you will get the slide. So all the slides throughout the subject are available here, but for time being, there are only half of the topic. Right, sampai topic number 4, I think. Right, data visualization. Right, then we will add some more after this. Alright, so make sure you visit my website, naserdrive1.wixsite.com/nasser916. Right, so now let's begin. What is R? R is a language, it's a programming language and environment for statistical computing and graphic. Right, so this is basically the example of R codes. Right, and R is an open source implementation of S language. So it just developed based on S language. S language was developed by Bell Laboratories, and the most important thing is R is open source and open development. So means that it's open for public to do some modification and enhancement. And open source means it's a free available software. Right, so this is website, the official website for R, r-project.org. So if you go to r-project.org, so this is official website for R programming, the R project for statistical computing. And if you look at this, the news here, the current version is 4.0.3. So this is a current version, Bunny Winnie's Freak Out, right? Released by 10 October 2020, and the previous version is the previous version is 4.0.2. right? So you boleh download this one. And kalau you baca getting started, R is a free software environment for statistical computing and graphic. So there are many available open source programming language such as R, Python, and then we have Julia, right, and so on. So but what is the difference between R and other software? R is developed with a statistical mindset, right? So that's why R is very good statistical programming, open source for statistical analysis. So there are I letak satu video dekat sini, watch this, nanti you tengok, sebab online class saya nak tunjuk nanti ada like kat situ. Right, now look at what R does and what R does not. R can do a data handling and storage using a numerical data and textual data. Same as SPSS. SPSS also can do a data handling and storage, right? It can handle numerical and textual data, but R is more powerful than SPSS because R can take bigger number of dimension and bigger number of data. And the most important thing is R is free software, right? Unlike SPSS, Minitab, SAS, you need to pay for using it, right? R can also analyze, can handle metric algebra. I believe you already learned a linear algebra subject. So all the method in linear algebra can be utilized in R. R can handle hash table and regular expression, of course, because R is a programming language. It can handle a regular expression such as equal, 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 not equal, less than, more than, and so on. And R is a high level data analytics with the statistical function, right? So if you compare with other software such as a Python, right? Python also can do a statistical analysis, but you need to bear in mind, Python, the purpose of Python is general purpose. It can do many things, right, for a general purpose. But R is designed for a statistical analysis, right? That is the difference. So whatever Python R can do, Python also can do. Whatever Python can do, R also can do, right? So R is very good at graphic compared to Python, right? It has a very it has many statistical package, a graphical package to make a beautiful graphic and powerful graphic presentation. And of course, R is a programming language. It can do a looping, sub-looping, branching, and subroutines, right? So what R does not. R is not a database, right? So, but however, we can connect to database, either structured database or non-structured database. Structured database such as MySQL, right, Excel and Oracle, and so on. For non-structured database such as MongoDB, Cassandra, and so on, right? So it can handle NoSQL and SQL function. It has no graphical user interface. This is the sad thing about R, right? For newcomer, if you are previously a SPSS user, right? So you are hoping to have a click button to do an analysis. But in R, is a programming language, right? Programming software. You don't have any graphical user interface, right? If you look at R console, this is R base. Nampak kan? R base. You find nothing on click button, right? Dialog box for statistical analysis. It totally depend on programming. It only contain console, right? So R is a graphical language interpreter, right? Can be very slow, right? But it can integrate with other programming language such as Perl, Julia, C++, C, Fortran, Python, and so on, right? It does not have a spreadsheet, right, as a SPSS, but we can connect it to Excel or any Microsoft Office. And R does not have a professional support or commercial support because this is an open source software and open development software. However, R has a community support because this is open development, open source. It has a lot of community support, right? But it does not have a professional support because this is a free software. So the advantage of R is a free software. This is the advantage, and it's very fast in doing a computing, right? If you can see, let's say I'm creating a new variable, right? I create a graph. Very fast, right? You can create a graph within a second, right? So this is the advantage of R. But in terms of graphic, it's the second best compared to MATLAB, right? MATLAB can do a lot of 3D graphics, right? And it has an active user community, right? Believe me, when you type any problem in R, you can find a solution on the site, right? And it forces you to think about your analysis, right? Unlike SPSS, you just dump your data, you run the analysis, you still get the result, right? But in R, you need to consider your data type, right? Your data type, such as whether it's numerical, factor, or string, right? Before you start with your analysis, and your analysis should meet all the assumption, right? And it can integrate or interface with the database storage software, as I told you before. Can integrate with NoSQL and SQL database. And disadvantage of R, right? Of course, every software has a disadvantage. Right? Disadvantage of R is not really user friendly, right? It's a steep learning curve. You need to master the basic language, right? Once you already master the basic language, then to further up, it's going to be no problem at all, right? It has no commercial support, right? Because this is a open source software, no commercial support, but as I said, it has active user community. Easy to make mistake and not know where you're making a mistake, right? By using R base, if you do a mistake, you may not know where is your mistake. Luckily, nowadays we have IDE such as Jupyter, Anaconda, Spider, and then we have Microsoft Visual and Rstudio, right? It can tell us where is our mistake, right, by using IDE. So we integrate our R base and IDE to use R. So some user complain about the hostility of R listserv, right? So that is one of the problem. And the biggest disadvantage is R is working closely with the physical RAM, random access memory. So we cannot create virtual memory to work on with R, right? Because R is completely depend on physical memory. However, there are some tricks to overcome the problem, right? Right. So R is exploding in popularity, right? If you're looking at the Tayobi index, so you can see the rating of R user is keep on increasing from year to year, right? So if you look at the Google Scholar Hit, right, from year 1995 to year 2015, 2016, right, the SPSS Google Scholar Hit is keep on decreasing after year 2010, right? So if you look at the triangle symbol here, this is R Google Scholar Hit. Dia nampak dia punya trend tu increasing from year to year lah, right? So this is one of the article from the net, right? SPSS is dying, time to change, right? So if you look at the trend, we can know that SPSS user is keep on decreasing. People are changing to others, free software and open source software, right? If you are using for SPS for your business later on nak kerja, right, better you change to R or Excel, which is this is very free. This is a free software, right? This is a Google trend, right? Comparison between SPSS and R. If you can see, the blue color is R search on Google, and SPSS is on the red color. Even in Malaysia also, the user of R is more compared to SPSS. So this is the trend until 18 August 2020. The R user, the R search on R is completely higher compared to others software such as SPSS, Tata, Minitab and SAS, right? So basically, R is the most powerful and flexible statistical programming language in the world, right? This is a quote from somebody. And the capabilities to handle sophisticated statistical analysis, predictive analytics, and data visualization, right? For the application, we can do a real-time trading, right? Real-time trading to mining which stock yang trending and have a breakout or whatsoever, right? So useful in finance, risk assessment, forecasting, biotechnology, drug development, and social networks, right, and so on. So this is the our user community site. This is some of our user community sites, right? We have our blogger, GitHub, Fantastic, Twitter, Stack Overflow, and most of the R developer package developer are using Twitter, right? So if you want to connect with them, so just use Twitter. And Stack Overflow, if you have a question regarding R, or you have facing a problem on R, so you can post a question here, or you can search the question, your problem here. And our blogger will show you some of the notes on doing R, right? If you want to do linear regression, for example, you can search linear regression using R in our blogger, so it will show you step by step. GitHub is the platform for sharing coding, right? If you want to find some codes, you can find in GitHub. So my favorite site is our blogger, GitHub, Stack Overflow, and Twitter, right? So now moving on, R has a steep learning curve, right? So you need to passionate and giving some times, right, to learn R on the basic commands, interface, data type, packages, and procedures, right? So let's look at the history of R, right? R is a comprehensive statistical graphic programming language and has a dialect of S language. So it's a integration of S language. Nowadays we have S plus language, which developed by Bell Laboratories, and R is written by Rose Yaka and Robert Gentleman from the Department of Statistics, University of Auckland, right? This is two professor, right, already retired. Since 1997, R has become popular, and year 2000s, R has been open development and open source software, right? It's available to the public to use, right? Okay, now to install R, first you need to install base R, right? You need to go to cran.r-project.org. If you go here, you will see this site. CRAN stands for Comprehensive R Archive Network. CRAN stands for Comprehensive R Archive Network. So if you are using a window, right, you can click on window, Mac here, Linux also here. So this is the first step to install R, right? So our current version is 4.0.3, right? If you click here, download R for window, so look for base subdirectory, right? So base subdirectory, and you click on install R for the first time, right? Install R for the first time, then you can get the link, download R 4.0.3 for Windows. If you are using Windows lah. If you are using Mac, same step. If you are using Linux, same step. But by using Linux, you need to install by command prompt lah, using your terminal, right? So once you already install R, you will get R base. This is the interface of R base, right? Right. So this is the interface of R base. First, you will get the console, and that's all. Right. In console, you will see some notes, right? So this is the version of 3.6.2. Mine is the oldest version, right? Dark and Stormy Night, right? This is year 2019, right? R, dia akan bagi dekat sini a bit of introduction. R is a free software, come with absolute no warranties, right? So because this is an open source software, so you can type license, right? Type license, click enter, so it will give you the license of R, right? And then you can also type contributor to see who is the contributor of R. Right, you can see the R core team is Roger Byron, Jennifer Bryan, Lee Cook, and so on. Hadley Wickham, also the contributor of R. Right. So in this session, make sure you have two screens, right? So you can do a hands-on and listen to my lecture at the same time, right? So next, what else we can do is let's look at the. You can see type demo for some demos, right? You can type demo, right? You can see some demos, right? If you this is the demo in package base, right? Error catching is more example of catching and handle errors. Stings is this is the command, and this is the description of that function, right? Hershey, Japanese, graphic, image, and so on. This is all the some demos lah. If you want to quit R, right, you just type Q bracket, open bracket and close bracket, right? You just quit R. So it will ask save workspace image. Click no lah. Just quitting R. That is the simplest introduction on R base, right? So once you already install R, so then now you can go to install Rstudio. Just type Rstudio and go to rstudio.com. So this is the website to install Rstudio. What is Rstudio? Rstudio is IDE. So IDE, kita search sikit apa IDE. IDE is actually integrated development environment. Means that we will use Rstudio to run RBase, right? Rstudio is buat macam ni lah. Rstudio is a body of engine, body of car. RBase is the engine, right? Without engine, Rstudio cannot be run, right? So there are a lot of IDE available, such as Visual Studio, Eclipse, NetBeans, Debugger, PyCharm, right? And one of the famous IDE for R is Rstudio. So Rstudio is the most famous IDE for RBase, right? So this is the website for Rstudio, right? So you just click download over here. You can see first tab ada download. Click download to install Rstudio, and then you can see here the current version. Choose your version. So there are 4 available version of Rstudio. The first version is Rstudio Desktop, which is free available. So it integrate tool with R, right? So other support are not available. As I said, R is a free software, open source, open development, right? There are no professional support or commercial support. If you want a commercial support or professional support, then you need to pay lah, right? Rstudio Desktop Pro, you need to pay $995 per year, right? We're not going to use commercial license. Or you have a Rstudio server as well, right? Rstudio server is a free software. You can open the Rstudio by web browser, right? So this is one of the advantage, but you need to have a server lah to run to open your Rstudio. So but we don't need to care about others. We just follow, we just download the free version, right? Because in Rstudio server, I will provide to you Rstudio Cloud. That one is a paid version. I already paid for you, right? So later on I will give it to you. But kan dalam welcome pack kan ada link number 2. Don't click yet. Kalau you click, I kick you out. Don't worry, I will give you another link when I set up. Petang nanti lah I akan set up baru. So you click on download, right? Click on download, then you can lead to R installer. So if you are using window, click on Rstudio 1.3.1093. This is the current version for this month lah, October 2020. And this is for Mac, and this is for Linux. And if you are using Mac, then download by a Mac lah, right? So once you already download, you will get this interface. This is Rstudio. Basically, the interface is the original interface look like this. Let me show you. So this is the original interface. If you download, you will get this kind of interface. But my version is the oldest version. This is 1.2.1335. So if you look at our current version is 1.3.1093, right? So mine is a bit old version. So what is the difference? There is a difference on the tab, right tab, top right tab ni. You akan dapat 4 tabs. First in environment, history, connection, and another one is apa? Apa lagi satu? Can you check yours? What is another one? Another tab?
Tutorial.
Tutorial.
Maaf.
Right? Tutorial. And for console, you will have console. For console, you have jobs. Another one is terminal. Right? Terminal, right? Console you ada 3 kan? Where is show in connection?
Ada 3.
Show launcher. Yup. You ada 3. Console, terminal, and jobs. Right? Depend lah, kalau you nak buka, bukalah. Tak nak buka, tak apa. Right, later on kita akan tengok what is the how to understand the interface of IDE, Rstudio IDE. Right? Okay. So now look at R package, right? So in R we are using package to run advanced analysis, right? But in fact, if you are using base R, kalau you pergi ke Rstudio base R, you pergi ke package, you akan nampak all the packages that are already installed in R base, right? So mine is quite banyak sikit lah, I dah install banyak. But yours yang aku nampak the basic package that already installed in R, right? So R package is the most important single innovation in R, is package system, which provide a cross-platform system, right? So you can find R packages from Comprehensive R Archive Network, CRAN website. Right, where is my CRAN website? CRAN website. This is the CRAN website. So you can go to the left, you can nampak CRAN, mirror, what's new, task view, search, about R home page, the R journal, and you focus on software. Dekat on the left, there are R source, R binary, and packages. So you click on packages. So currently CRAN package repository features 16,427 available package. So there are 16,000 plus package available. So we can click on table of available package. So this is all the packages available on CRAN. So basically total is 16,400 something packages, right? So this is the name of the package, right? And this is the title of the package, and this is the date of publication, right? For example, let's say we search one package such as random forest, right? So in random forest saja kita ada 6 packages, right? So let's look at the original random forest, right? Click here. So random forest, Bremen Cutler, random forest for classification and regression. This is one of the example of the package. So it will say, it will tell us the current version is 4.6-14. The dependent of the package is 3.2.2 and above. If you have R's version less than 3.2.2, so it will not work for this package. Right, date published is 2018. Right, the author is Andy Liao. Right, is originally based on Fortran by Leo Bremen and Adler Cutler. And you can find the documentation, reference manual. This is the documentation of the package, and this is the dependent of the package, right? So once you install the package, it will also install others package highlighted here lah. Let's look at the documentation. R randomforest.pdf. So this is the documentation of the package, right? It will tell us the title of the package, the version, and the date of publication, dependent, and suggest to download also mesh software, a mesh package, and color brewer. This is the website of the package, and this is the topic. Right, topic means that all available function in that package. So let's say kita tengok random forest for a function there. So this is the description, this is the function random forest, this is the description of the package function, and this is how you use the function. Right, this is the first function, and this is the argument, and this is the explanation of the argument available in the function, right? So I am showing you how to read the package, right? Understand the package. And at the bottom you will have some example, I think, right? And this is the example of how to use that function, right? So basically, once you want to use the package, you should look at the reference manual, right? So if you are dealing with biomedical and genetic data, right? Biomedical and genetic data, so we can use another platform, which is Bioconductor. Bioconductor have a lot of packages that can handle biomedical and genetic data, especially when you have a large high dimensional data or big data problem, right? You can go to Bioconductor. Right, moving on, R have a powerful graphical presentation, right? You can create a beautiful statistical graphic using ggplot2, right? So there are a lot of statistical package to build in a graphical presentation, such as lattice. Hello. So let's continue. R has a very powerful graphic system. So other than ggplot2, we have lattice, plotly, and many more, right? To develop beautiful statistical graphic, right? So with a low level 2 allowing customization of every detail. So this is one of the example of our graphic, right? So this is example of graphical presentation that developed by R, right? This is using ggplot2 only, right? R also can do a dashboard. You can display our data in a dashboard using a flex dashboard. So later kalau ada masa kita akan tengok dashboard, how to create a dashboard and how to pull a data from a website. Means that we're going to create a real-time data using a dashboard. And this is some of the useful link, right, in R. So of course you need to look into DataCamp. I already give you the link and premium access for you, right? All the assignment will be handled in DataCamp. So DataCamp is a paid platform, so you don't need to pay, right? I already get you a premium access, so you just sign in to DataCamp nanti. UCLA Institute of Digital Research and Education. This is another useful web link to learn R reference card, which is from CRAN website, and so on. Right, this is what we dream about to master R. Not only R, others subject pun kita nak jadi pro, right? So every pro should start from the beginning, right? Kita kena start daripada mula, so don't give up because R has a steep learning curve, right? So R console interpret whatever you type. Calculator, creating variable, applying function. Let's look at Rstudio. So let me, right. So if you look at Rstudio, dekat sini, first thing we have console on the left bottom left. We have console. Right, console, terminal, and jobs. Right, so I letak yang bawah dulu, okay. So console, what does it mean? What is it do? It calculate or compute all your instruction. Let's say 1 plus 1, so it will appear the result here, right? Anything you type here will be processed here. Let's say square root of 16, right? So it will compute the square root of 16. Let's say you type nase, so it will not compute because it does not understand what is nase, right? So let's say if you want to do a command, hashtag this is a command, so it will not compute anything because this is understood as command, right? So whatever you have done here, it will appear here, right? Let's say you want to compute 10 random number, so it will display a 10 random number, right? So this is about console. Terminal is actually a command prompt. If you are using a window, this is your command prompt, right? If you are using Mac, this is a terminal. Terminal is your command prompt lah. So if you are already installed, if you have installed Python in your machine, so you just type Python and you can use Python. Mine is I did not install Python in my machine, right? Job means that when you do processing such as R Markdown, you want to create a PDF file, or you want to create a dashboard. All the jobs computation will be appear here lah. So dia akan running dekat sini, right? So basically these two tab is not really important lah, right, for normal use. Okay, right. So dekat atas top left hand side. So we have script, R script. So kalau for the first user, you tak nampak script lagi, you need to click on file, new file, R script. Right. So R script, when you save, let's say you click on save, click on desktop, demo 1. So the file extension is .r. The file extension is .r. .r means this R script. So you can type anything here and click enter, and nothing will happen. Right? Let's say this is a command. So click enter, hit enter, nothing will appear here unless you highlight this one, this code, the code that you want to run, and click on run. So then it will appear here. Right? Or else you can type anything, and for example, instead of highlight and click on run button, you just put point somewhere and hit on control enter. Control enter. That is the simplest way to run the command. Alright? Are you clear? Viewer means that all the plot that you already done here, let's say make a comparison here. Let's say kita tengok so I create a scatter diagram, right? So this is a static scatter diagram, right? When you hover your cursor on the point, dia tak keluar apa-apa lah. This is a static diagram, right? So let's say you want to create a dynamic diagram, so you can post it into a website. So let's say I'm calling a new library, plotly, and ggplot. So for a dynamic graph, it will appear on viewer. So dynamic graph means that you can adjust the scale of the graph, you can do a lasso select, and when you hover your cursor on the point, it will appear the value. This is a dynamic graph, right? Of course, you can change the color later lah. Okay? Boleh faham? Right, and of course you can zoom, export, save image, and do a publication lah. And when you do a publication, it will publish on I think Rstudio, RPub, RPub and Rstudio Connect. RPub is a free domain or hosting, right? And Rstudio Connect means you need to register and need to pay lah, right? You need to pay some amount of money to use that function. Okay, so basically this is a layout of Rstudio that you need to understand. And when you go to the toolbar, normally we will use new file, R script, R notebook, R markdown, shiny, and then integration with other files, import dataset, right? Others are the same common function. And another one, we can use session to set our working directory. When you have when you want to restart R or terminate R, you can go to terminate R, suspend R, restart R. And let's look at the tools, right? You can go to global option. This is where you can change the system R setup, right? Normally whatever here we will not kacau lah, right? If you want to explore, you can explore, but I not recommend you to explore. You can explore, but I not recommend you to change the default setting, right? So we can go to appearance, right? You can change the theme, whether you can use classic or sky. Let's say I'm changing this one, sky. This is modern, right? You can change the theme, whether you like the black color or non-black color. Let's say this one, right? So, benda tak ada berubah sangat lah, right? So, and then you can change the font size, right? You can change the size, the font style, right? Depend. And next is pane layout, right? In my class, I will change console to next side by side to source lah, so I can show you the example and you can see my working codes here and my result should be over here. So bila nampak senang, right? I suka macam ni, right? It depend on how you like the layout, macam mana you suka, right? So now, so there are some shortcut availables, right? So for example, control enter is to run your script, to evaluate your script, your codes dalam script. If you click on control 1, it will take you to the script page. If you click on control 2, it will take you to console page. So this is control 1, this is control 2. You can see the difference, right? So if you click on control enter, it will run the codes. If you click on control L, it will clear your console, right? Now you can see more option available dekat this website lah, Rstudio Support. So ada banyak shortcut, right, available. You can learn to do shortcut, right? So I think that's all for introduction to R and Rstudio, right? Just introduction to get a feeling of using R, right? So I think that's all. Do you have any questions so far?